Statesville, you know the place to go. Drum Landscape Supply, where your gardens grow. From Mooresville to Cornelia, Secret to Taylorsville, they bring the dream to life, they always will. In every town, they got your back. From Moxville to Trumpets, more than that. Experience hands, make your dream complete. Drum Landscape Supply, your garden suite.
Good morning, Okan. 8:48. Happy Friday to you. A wet weekend approaching, but I'm assuming these plants and trees and shrubs and our lawns are all going to love it. Let's find out from the expert, Jason Drum, Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop, drumlandscapesupply.com. Jason, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. Excited to be here with y'all today. Loving this weather we've gotten in.
Absolutely. And we so appreciate each day we get to chat with you. You show us the inside. You give us this video feed. People can go on social. They can see this. They can also go on the WSIC News app and be a part of it each and every week. Are you in your side yard forest right now? I don't know if we've been here with you yet.
Yeah, this is, if you're looking at my house from the street, this will be the right side. My house is right over there. So, yeah, it's out here where I'm growing a little bit of edible stuff. So over my shoulder here with these big leaves, tropical looking plant is a fig bush. And if you can see the top of them here, they are ripening up, and we're sharing some with the flying insects as well. But get out here every day and pick some. They've been ripening over the last probably 3 or 4 weeks now, and will continue so up until about mid-November.
How many seasons have you had that fig plant there, Jason?
Yeah, this one, it's about 5 to 6 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide right now. I believe this is the third season on this one.
Oh, wow.
And it is a self-pollinator, meaning that there's no other figs around it, and it produces fruit. And I've actually moved this one once, so maybe this is the fourth year for it. But took about 2 years to really get going, and now there's more figs out here than my family can eat.
Now, in the spectrum of easy to grow versus nearly impossible, where does the fig plant fall?
Yeah, so it's going to be in the as far as easy to grow, it's going to be if easiest was 10, it's going to be about an 8. Pretty easy to care for. There's not a lot of spraying or anything that you have to do for it. You watch out for Japanese beetles in the summer. Mostly, you have to just give it a good location. It needs full sun to partial sun, and then it also needs some protection from rough winds. So figs are cold hardy in our area, especially as you move down towards the lake. No problems whatsoever. Just know that if we have an extremely cold winter, you may have some dieback, or it may possibly even die all the way back to the ground, but it'll come back from the roots.
You mentioned the full sun versus shade, partial shade, no shade. There's all the different kinds, right? The sun moves a little bit differently in the fall and winter than it does in the summer. Do you got to think about that if you're going to plant in the fall, but how the sun moves in the summertime? Do you got to think about that?
Yeah, so you want to plan on your sun exposure for the summer. So you might plant something like the front of my house up there. It actually faces northeast. So I don't get, in the wintertime, it's hardly any sun that hits my front door there. So while you might think that is full shade, if you plant it in the winter, it actually is partial sun and gets a fair amount of hot sun on it in the middle of the summertime. So that is something you consider, but always take and have it for the summer months. So not what kind of sun it gets in the fall, winter, or even early spring, but what you're getting in the middle of the summer, and that's how you figure out your sun exposure.
We're talking with Jason Drum, Drum Landscape Supply. 14 years in business at Drum Landscape Supply. Been in the game longer than that. Front yard versus backyard. Is there any kind of thoughts you have on types of plants that go, in one section versus another of a yard? Or no, you can put kind of anything in your front yard you want to, like a lemon tree.
Yeah, I wish this was a lemon tree. I do have lemon trees in my backyard, actually. But yeah, in the front, a lot of people traditionally are going to put things that are going to be more appealing to your neighbors and everybody else. It might give you that wow factor. In my backyard is more, less of a landscape design and more of a collection of plants. So, I do have several, of each type of plant up here, in my front yard. So it gives more of a design aesthetic. But in the back is where I really just kind of experiment with different plants and just see what'll work for everybody.
Whether front or back,
Yeah,
all the lawn loves the seed. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I need to know what kind of tree this is, though. What is this? It looks like lemons. It's not lemons, though.
It's on its way. So this is one of my favorite fruit trees for our area, and 1 to 10, with 10 being the easiest to grow. This is going to be a 9 or a 9.5. This is a Japanese persimmon, a Fuyu persimmon, and all of these little fruits have been on here for about 2 months, and they're starting to ripen up, and they'll actually turn a bright orange color whenever they are fully ripened, and that's usually about late October to early November, and during that fall season, it really looks like a pumpkin tree, is what I call it. And these persimmons are different than our native persimmons, which are really astringent tasting if you eat them raw. You pick these off the tree just like they are and wash them off and eat them like an apple. So they're crisp. They have that kind of a mild apple-y taste to them, and my kids love them. So this is the 4th year for this tree here, and it's about 10 feet tall, and you can see it is loaded with persimmons.
That's a lot of fruit on that tree.
We have a persimmon tree on our side yard. Doesn't look just like this, but it mostly just feeds the squirrels and the rabbits in the neighborhood. I don't think we've ever gotten fruit
that's
off
the native
of ours.
one.
Yeah.
And they make good persimmon pudding. If you're from the South, you know what that is for sure. But yeah, it's not something you want to eat right off the tree. But this Asian persimmon, with a funny name called Fuyu, actually just is great for picking right off the plant, but it does take some patience. It won't really ripen for about another month or so.
Something important to the entire lawn is the seed, and that's what matters. We're coming up on the season. Jason, have you aerated and seeded yet?
No, I need to. I had a rough year out here myself. I just didn't get around to a few things when I needed to. Didn't get that fungicide put out, but that's what happens whenever you have a family. So getting ready to seed here. I've got it cut close, and I'm looking to do that in the next week. And we've really turned into a great time for seeding. So the weather's cooled back down. We've gotten some rainfall. We've got more in the forecast. So over the next 4 to 6 weeks, if you need to seed, it would be the ideal time.
Looking forward to it. October is next week, and that's what I'm saving it for next week, and I'm waiting until I get to October, like you said. You mentioned the cut of it, though, cutting it low. Is that the procedure? Do you cut it extra low right before you seed on purpose?
Yeah. So, in the weeks upcoming to when you think you're going to seed, you could gradually lower your mowing deck down some. So in the middle of the summer, you want to, on a tall fescue lawn, you want to be about 4 to 4.5 inches height. And I've slowly moved it down to 3 inches right now. And right before I aerate, I'm going to probably cut it at about 2.5. So the reason you don't do this in the summer is because of drought stress and heat stress. The taller the fescue leaf blade, the more able it is to withstand those conditions. But as we get in these cooler conditions, they can stand to be cut a lot shorter. And the reason you want to cut it shorter for seeding is you want that seed to be able to get all the sunlight it can, so that it can outgrow the existing grass around it. So, just gradually moving it down. You don't want to create a hayfield. And if you do get a lot of clippings for some reason on a mowing, you do want to try to remove a lot of those, not every bit of it, but remove a lot of that before you seed. So that way the seed can touch the ground, because the whole idea in being successful with seeding is to make ground contact so it can germinate and root right into the soil.
The other way to be successful with the seed is for it to actually be seed. 99.9 with the remainder on top. Perfect seed from Drum Landscape Supply. You've got virtually no inert matter, basically, and they're just for what's required just to fit in the bag, basically. That's what matters for you. I see, though, these beds and stuff here around these trees and these plantings, mulch and those options. That's part of your 1.6 trillion offerings that you've got at Drum Landscape Supply. Share with us your choices on the mulch, what you like and what you see people choose, and the different variety that Drum Landscape offers.
Yes, I've got at least 1 million of those behind me in pine needles, if you count each individual one here. So myself, I like to use pine straw. We're coming up on the best time of the year to put it out, just after your leaves fall. This tree, this kind of lime green tree over my shoulder here, that is a dawn redwood, or a golden dawn redwood. So it actually will drop all those needles. So after it's done, and then after the trees surrounding me are done dropping their leaves, that's when I'm going to put out my pine straw. It'll be a golden coppery color and look look great throughout the holidays and all the way into spring next year. I also do that as we move around to the side of my house. I put pine straw all the way around my house, and then I use a red oak mulch over on a lot of my side garden beds. So the red oak is a bark from red oak trees, has kind of a burgundy brown color to it, and it really lasts a long time in the landscape. That and our mixed hardwood are our two best sellers. Easy to spread. Again, they're going to last a long time. They're going to add moisture or help to retain moisture rather, and keep the weeds down by not letting the weeds germinate that were on the soil there, and then also help to protect the plants too. So those three things are a great reason to put out mulch or pine straw. A lot of it comes down to personal preference, but if you have a severe slope, you would want to use a hardwood or a red oak or something like that that'll really grip. And I don't have it out here, but a lot of people would like to use pine bark mulch or pine bark nuggets. That's a real popular option. They really last a long time, stay in place well, especially the large ones, and something I wouldn't use on a severe slope. But a lot of it does just come down to personal preference and what you like. And that's why we have so much to offer. We have 11 different mulches, countless different stone aggregates. I use a little bit of river rock. If you can see it back over the shoulder there around drainage areas, and of course the boulders in the back there. So having selection and products that we know work is what we bring to the table for everybody in Iredell County and surrounding areas.
Over 2.42 trillion offerings right there at Drum Landscape Supply. Jason Drum, your one-stop local landscape shop. Jason Drum of Drum Landscape Supply. Jason, we so appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to next week when I pick up my seed because it's October. Have a great one, sir.
Yeah. All right, everybody too. Thank y'all.
You drive on down to Drum, Statesville town. Got your truck bed empty, but fill it up now. Rock, smokes, and soul for your green spot. Call them up, they deliver on the dot. From Mooresville to Taylorsville, they got to back turn yards into Wonderland.